So you think you Avengers?
Man, I was like, man,
Yo, niggas be wilding on that. Well, the content creating side that the viewers, y'all, they ain't gonna understand. Like, some of them may understand, but like they ain't for you to understand. I got you to click on that nigga. Yeah. I said, boy, we here now. I said, we definitely here now.
I wasn't even really mad though. It was just like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna embrace all the trash talk, and I'm gonna take the feedback or whatever they were saying. You know
Yup,
what I mean? And they was
that's
just
it.
like,
Oh,
yeah,
nigga.
man, like they went in the trailer. Though. I was like, man, I love the trailer. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, man, like you think you're an Avenger or something? I was
Hey,
like,
when them motherfucking trolls don't be playing, boy.
yeah.
Those niggas get on your ass, bruh. For real. But shit, that's what this shit about, man. This shit about fucking video. Engagement, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
engagement is everything on
And
YouTube, dog.
engagement and shares.
Yep, he's right. Yep,
I don't give a dang about no likes.
that shit, yep. It's all about engagement, dog. They in them comment. I seen a dude made a whole video about that shit on YouTube. A more a older YouTube content creator. You talking about how important our engagement is in the comment section.
Yeah. Oh man, let me check. So I usually always do my taxes, and
Damn, I'm glad you said that. I gotta file my shit. Wait,
this
next month.
my tax guy he hit me up. He like you know generic message like yeah it's tax season whatever. And I was like I started cracking up because mind you I'm going through my bills, doing my bills for the month. I'm going over everything, doing my projections, what everything's gonna cost or whatever. And so I put my you get the annual registration thing. So I put my business stuff to the side. I'm going through getting everything organized. I had a pile of paperwork basically I needed to start taking care of this stuff. So I'm going through it, and he shoot me a text. I started cracking up to myself. I said, the nerve of this nigga, man. Because last year he did our taxes or whatever, you know what I mean? And we got ghosts. We got a message from the IRS. Like usually we just don't get nothing back, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I wasn't expecting nothing, but he said we was gonna get something back, and then all of a sudden we owed. So it was like 2 3 months. I'm hitting him up like, hey, what's going on? Like, it's getting close to the deadline. Like I wasn't stressing before, but if I need to pay them, I need to pay them. If I don't need to pay them, you know what I'm saying? Then let me know. You know, if we need to send an amendment or whatever. Nothing. So I ended up having to pay him.
Right.
So then I sent him a message like, honestly, before last year, man, I respected you. I appreciate everything you did. I said, but when I owe money, you ain't hitting me up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't really want to. Your tax services, I'm good on. You know what I mean? He
Mm-hmm.
said, oh man, like I'm so sorry. I said, man, like I get it. Somebody I may have slipped through the cracks, but I don't really understand. Like, how could you not respond for months? You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro.
So
That shit
then,
was
so then I
intentional.
send them out. So I go all the way back through my paperwork. I go online. I log in and I see like where where I had the account I paid the IRS from, and I sent it to him. So then I guess in the same he sent me a message, literally showing me verbatim the IRS message that Ted said I owe. So he was like, "Oh yeah, I see this right here. Is this what you're talking about?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was, the last message I had from you was in April of last year. I said, "Yeah, that's the last text. But look at the call logs. I called you." And I said, "Yeah, but I had to pay by April. So yes, I wouldn't call you no more. At that point I took care of it." You know what I'm saying? So he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. If you can send it over to me, I might be to see if there's something I can do." Man, get out of here with that. I'm good. I already paid him. You know, if it was meant for me to have some extra money, God would have gave it to me.
Right.
Clearly, I was supposed to pay, and I paid. So keep it moving.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I mean, that's where I feel like, man, like Like what I was asking you about, like we talk about discipline all the time. That dude ain't too disciplined, man, on his business. Like I said again, I know people slip through the cracks, but you gotta have a certain level of responsibility for your business.
Definitely gotta have that. Let me ask you a question, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been seeing this a lot on in my comment section, right? So people are like, man, we just gotta do what you gotta do. We gotta do what we gotta do. How you feel about that statement, bro?
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
It depends, like in the context of what is do what I gotta do. I hate
exactly what the fuck
yeah,
I'm saying. I'm
yeah,
like, what the fuck? Like, bro, I've been hearing that for a long time throughout my life. You just gotta do what you gotta do. What the fuck does that mean, bro? Like, bro, like that we gotta stop with this little vague shit. Like, bro, you gotta be intentional, bro. And I said on my video coming out, I addressed that. I'm like, I was seeing a lot of comments. Oh, baby, on the warehouse video. And we gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta grind. It's just how it is. Like, what the fuck does that mean? You gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean, so in that context, doing like what you got to do to survive, doing what you got to do to provide. Like, I mean, we all know that, but you got to get to a point where you get past just doing what you got to do. You got to, and then you got to explain like, okay, well, I'm doing this job for this period of time because I have a goal. But if you just say I do what I got to do, I feel like that's why the term, or that's why people say it like that. Just like the stupid saying we was talking about before, where people be like, I feel some type of way. Well, nigga, how are you feeling?
That's exactly. Like, you gotta be more intentional.
Yeah, impeccable with your
You
words.
get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's what has really been hindering the black family for so long. During a certain period of time, it's like it's just, man, we gotta get out here and do what you got to do. Like, what do we have to do, sir? Like, tell me, like, who am I doing this for? Why am I doing it? And what am I doing it for? You get what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm at now in my journey. I'm like, I gotta know exactly why I'm doing something, what I'm doing it for, and who I'm doing it for. Because and the thing is that for a while I used to, shit, gotta do what I gotta do. Like, but the more I start questioning, I'm like, what the fuck that mean? Though? Like, I know what it means in the general term. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like we just gotta start being it's more intent, man.
Oh yeah, definitely got to be more intentional. That's why I told you about the four agreements. That's one of the main things. Wifey was just going over that. Being impeccable with your words and your communication style, and even down to I still have the habit of, what I'm saying, like it's just certain things that are just a part of you that is difficult to break, but that's kind of part of the challenge. You know what I mean? Of being more intentional with everything that you're doing as well.
Well, I think a lot of things that we were taught in the black household were good. We were taught good principles and things, but I think the fact that a lot of things we were taught, we were never. It was never like identified. Well, for me, when things aren't identified like with a specific like title, it's like, oh, okay, this is called being disciplined. Okay, this is called priorities. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm when I know what something, I can identify something, I can do it better. You get what I'm saying? I feel like we were taught like a lot of good things, but it was just like maybe like the way it was taught us, and like maybe it was kind of like out of context, I guess, or like, it's just kind of like just sporadically thrown around and shit like that. But we were taught some good core principles and shit, man. But I feel like we just gotta be more aware now and really be more specific and really dial in, bro. Like, with the content that me and you have, I feel like we're bringing more intentional reasons to stuff, bro. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just shit. We grinding. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this is what we're doing. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like you bringing structure to that shit, a system. In your words, you get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Bringing a system to it, bro. It's no longer just, man, you got to get out here and get to it. Like, what am I getting to? Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like, what am I getting to, bro? Like, everybody don't understand that.
some people need it broken down or whatever.
Yeah.
Actually on the seventh, sixth grade level. I think is like with all of that, what you just said, how has fatherhood increased or taught you more about discipline?
Number one, I would say definitely like being in the moment and being consistent with it. Being in the moment. What I mean is like I'm trying to make sure I word this the right way. You know what I'm trying to exactly what I'm trying to say. I feel like with my daughter, I had to learn to father her different from my son.
Yeah,
And
still working on that.
yeah, I had to learn to watch my tone and to be consistent with that. Like not just sometimes she may come to me with something with a problem and I'll be like, man, shit, why don't you just gotta just do it like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes like my wife should be like, and she be like, you can't talk to her like that. I'll be like, man, it ain't that hard. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll be like, all right, I'll tone it down. But then I'll just be going back. I'll go right back to, but I've learned it's like, man, you find a way that you can connect with your kid, and that's the tone you gotta stay on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then with my son, I find that balance with him. The way to reach him, and you just be consistent with advice, the time you give them, and just a relationship.
I agree. I know I'm still working on my tone. A lot of times with my daughter, I've gotten a lot better with it, especially because I just constantly remind myself like the dude off the street was talking to my daughter like that, or would I want her to have to receive that kind of communication? And
Exactly.
it's like, nah, okay, that's not conducive of it. And it actually helped me with my wife as well too, because like I said, I grew up with my dad. He's kind of rough around the edges, but that was the portrayal. That's what I saw. But as I get older, my wife pointed out a lot of little stuff about my dad. Like, man, your dad, you say this and this and this about him, but that man loved, what I'm saying, your mom, or that man, like he paid attention to everything, every detail. He made sure. And I was like, so when she pointed out, I was like, dang, but I'm big on the heroes and villains, and it's like, my dad. I don't know when he turned into the villain, but he has been, and he was the villain for a very long time for me. You know what I mean? And I just now I see him more like, oh man, I see it, because now I'm becoming more of that villain. Dang man, all right, well, I see why he did this. I see why he moved like that. So.
Do you feel like having your dad in your life, it helped you become a better father?
Yeah. I mean, especially like I call him a lot of times for like household stuff, but through those conversations, just like fixing stuff around the house or whatever, or getting like a pep talk when I'm trying to figure out a solution for my oldest son. Like um, he'll kind of put things in perspective for me about him, or you was this way, or that's your son. He act just like you. You know what I mean? It's like okay, but I also do remember what I wanted though. You know what I mean? And he may not have given me what I wanted, but I guess if he would have, I wouldn't be how I am today. So like some things, it's like, okay, yeah, it makes more sense that way.
I feel like your kids pay attention to everything too, man.
Yeah.
Especially like your behavior, and that's like I was saying, like just being more disciplined. It has taught me to stay consistent with the way I treat them and talk to them and things like that, because kids, they quick to throw some shit in your face like, remember last time I asked you, you just blew up on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then a lot of times you like, well, I'm gonna speak for me. I may feel guilty. I was like, yeah, I was going through some shit that I shouldn't have did. That, you get what I'm saying? When you look back, you know what I'm saying, or you like, I shouldn't have done that. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I've learned to, just like I said, find that I parent both of them, my daughter and my son. I parent both of them pretty, I find the tone for both of them, and now I know how to go about communicating with them.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. We just had like I don't know, we have like these family, I don't know, meetings, conversations or whatever, and we kind of go over everything. And it's like my oldest was like, yeah, like he was like really hurt, you know what I mean? Said, hey, told me, like, we don't listen. He was like, I told y'all how, I didn't like this, or, you know, I told one of the things was funny. I just got to say, he was like, I told you I don't like salad. And I was like, you know, but my wife was like, well, you gonna eat something green, you gonna eat some kind of vegetable, so that ain't gonna change, you know what I mean? But he was like, yeah, I don't. He took it and said he didn't trust us. What you mean? I was like, what you mean? He was like, because I'm trying to talk to y'all, and then Cameron or Jason to come in there, and y'all would just start talking to them, and then but we like, but don't we say like, we talking to DJ right now, like, hold on. Yeah, but y'all talk to them. We're a parent. Like, we got three. I'm like, all right. I'm listening to. I'm hearing them out, whatever. So it's funny that they'll bring up something, or they'll bring up something that's so far in the past.
Yep, I'm telling you.
And it's like, what? Like,
That's what I'm
are we
saying.
doing that now?
Yep.
No. But they, holding grudges or keeping on to it.
That's what I'm
So
saying. Yep, exactly.
conversations are good to have, to kind of get some perspective. But it'd be like, God,
bro,
man,
like,
bro.
but that's the point I was trying to make. It like, bro, they remember everything, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Something that may be simple to you, because like like for me, I was raised, and we had more men in our family, like like my brothers, my cousins, more boys than, you know what I'm saying, like girls. So I'm just around fucking masculinity. So we just talk and say anything and just get over that shit. We fighting, but you feel I had to, when I had my daughter, it's like she has taught me, a new way of communicating. Like, bro, this is just, she's a young lady. Like, you can't just, man, fuck all that. And then, it's like, nah, bro. And they kids, they remember everything, man.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I feel you on that.
What's if you could speak to your younger self, like, what's one thing, or it could be more. Well, what's one thing you think you would want to be like tell like young Cook, like, man, look, bro. And then after you tell him that, do you think he will listen?
I would probably tell them to just be patient and be yourself.
Yeah.
And the patient part, I know you wouldn't listen. Being myself, I would listen, because when I say that, I I've always been myself. I've never been afraid to be me. But as the younger me had to kind of blend in, so I wouldn't stand out a lot. But it was to a point to where if I felt like I always listened to my instinct. The younger Cook, I didn't know at the time what it was, but I was like, anytime I got this feeling, I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't doing that shit. And every time I follow that feeling, 10 minutes later, bro, P got locked up. They just went to jail. I'm like, bro, I'm so thank God I wasn't with them. It's like, you know what I mean? So I always had that light inside to guide me. But yeah, I would definitely tell the younger me to just be you. You know what I mean?
I think mine would be definitely patience. Definitely patience.
Mm-hmm.
And being myself, not too much of an issue, but just dimming my light too much. You know what I'm saying? Being myself, but not wanting to. Definitely never want to seem like a know-it-all, but just definitely not. Just not diminish my light. If it's something I want to do, or if it put me in the limelight, oh well. You know what I mean? Just have to accept that. I always try to, and even now I still try to stay behind the scenes, stay low key.
Why you think we do that, bro? Like, dim our light like that? Because I'm not cut you off. It's like, because like I don't. It's not that. It's not that I'm trying to like do that. Like, man, I guess I don't know. I can't explain it, bro. It's like I don't be really trying to do that. I just be like trying to let folk. I be like, let me let these folk, you know what I'm saying, do them. But why you think we do that, bro?
I mean, I think it definitely got something to do with like your childhood. You know what I mean? Whatever you went through as a child. Me personally, like I said, mine was I mean, yeah, I just talked about my son, right? And how, kids hold grudges and they don't forget. I never forget this, bro. You remember Home Alone back in the day? So I
Yep.
had for Christmas I had got like that talk boy thing he had where he was recording and using it in the
Oh
movie.
yeah.
So I had got that whatever. And I never forget my dad, he was like he was trying to help me put the batteries in.
Oh, you had that shit?
Yeah.
That's
And
hard.
he was like what did he say? I had put the batteries in, and then he was trying to figure it out. He's like, "Oh, I think the batteries are in wrong," and I was like, "No, Dad, they're in right." And like you said, masculinely, just not thinking I was gonna take it personal, and I didn't even realize I take it personal, but I can remember his face. I can remember every single detail when he called. He said he looked at me, he smiled, and because I was right about the batteries, and he said, "Oh, you little smart ass," and then he put the batteries in and kept it moving, right? And to this day, it was like, dang. So I always felt like, okay, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to be called a smart
I
ass.
got you. I
You
got
know
you.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
I don't want that attention on me, so I'm gonna keep it low key. You don't really see me. I just kind of observe and operate like that. And so my wife, you know what I'm saying, she had a similar instance, and that's with the Four Agreements. It's a couple books, man, that talk on that, and I think it's in the Four Agreements. They get a story off of like that where, you know what I mean, somebody at childhood. Matter of fact, no, it's that book, Cry Like a Man. And in that book, he talks about that. Matter of fact, barbershop. His dad was a barber. He was in the barbershop. His father told him to go turn the air conditioner on. He was back there for 20 minutes. He couldn't turn it on. His father go back there and basically like make a scene, go off on him like, man, your stupid butt will take you so long, blah 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 blah. And the guy in the chair was like, well, man, did you ever show him how to do it? No. So how you gonna get mad? You know what I'm saying? So I think those little instances is what causes that. You know, that childhood trauma. You know, I hate to blame your parents, but that's what it goes back to.
Well, you really just got down, made me realize. I just had a whole motherfucking transparency moment to myself, bro. Like, now that you really put it like that, like now it really came back to me, like, growing up, like my family just had this thing of where my mom's generation, they was just always scared to just try shit, bro. Like just if you had a dream, go out and try it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know where they got that from. It was like I don't know. It's like just fear. Like, why you want to do that? You should just. It was always just being comfortable. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And now that you said that, I believe that's where I got that from, having to like dim my light, bro. Because a lot of things that I used to want to do, and my mom be like, "No, you're not doing that." No, it's like, "No, you shouldn't try that. Like, you gonna get hurt." Or it's like, bro, like. And now that you say that's some real shit. I believe that's where mine stem from. Shit, a lot of shit in your in adulthood be stemming from your childhood, bro. But yeah, people don't be wanting to address that shit, bro.
Nah, they don't.
You know what I'm saying? And I get it, I understand. But on your self improvement journey, bro, that shit is like it unlocks so much stuff, and it'll help you sleep at night, bro. Like, bro, I literally used to have like nightmares and shit, bro, from like just certain things I like remembering from my past, and not even being like really knowing that shit was affecting me until I started this journey, really, and started making peace with a lot of stuff. Like I talk about it a lot in my videos, but just I started making peace with a lot of stuff, and like that shit helped, bro. It helped you sleep at night, bro.
It's this book called a metaphysical book, and it kind of puts a lot of things in perspective, like pain in your hip, pain in your eyes, and different body parts. You look it up, man, and that book will have you like, dang, like if you got childhood trauma, if you were in a mine was when I was fresh into my entrepreneur journey. It was like I had a lot of hip pain. you know, they say hip pain comes from like being torn between decisions.
Mm.
And it was like, you know, I was like, dang.
Damn,
You know
that's
what I
heavy.
mean? It was like so many different metaphysical symptoms. You know what I mean? And that's why, like, I was trying to explain to my kids, you know, like emotions are cool and all, but I really, I hate to say it, like, to be like tough, but like emotional responses aren't going to get you out of like whatever your punishment is or whatever like needs to be done. Emotional responses are just kind of like your body's signal to whether you like something or not. You know what I mean? And it could be good for you. You know, emotional response of hating the walk. You know, so when you first started on your walking journey, or hating the pain, but not looking forward to exercising because of the pain that you don't want to have and feel. You know what I mean? Don't mean you don't need to do it. It just means like, okay, my body don't like it. That's the response I got from it. Now, over time, you'll feel better about it. But you know, that's what sometimes like that's what kind of like this journey and this on self development is kind of hard sometimes to like waver the line between like the gray area is when you get told like, oh, follow your passions and follow what you know. You should be happy at all times. It's like, bro, you're not gonna be happy all the time.
Not
man.
gonna be happy all the time at all. That shit just real. At one point, I used to actually be trying all that shit, bro. I'm supposed to be happy right now, bro. Like, you know how you get to read. I'm reading all type of self-help books and shit. I'm supposed to be happy, bro. Like, bro, you not gonna be happy all the time, bro. That's why discipline's so important, bro. Like, bro, I quit YouTube so many times during this shit, right? You ain't know. I'm like, man, I wake up, like, bro, I ain't doing this shit today, man. What the fuck I'm doing this for, bro? But the discipline kick, I'm like, nah, man. And me and my partner, you already said, bro, we gonna just keep going. And that once that kick in, the first thing pop in my mind, attack the day. The first thing pop in my mind, this nigga attack the day. I'm like, fuck, I gotta do this shit now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's a good joke. It's a funny thing because like my wife, she constantly, you know, like if I'm like posting a video of the riser before I cook breakfast for the kids,
Yeah.
and it'll be like another day. She'll say it, another day. And I'll be like, and then she'll be like when we pray at nighttime with the kids or whatever. All right, guys, good night. Ready to attack today, Lord? Like, man, like it's not cool when you say it, man. Like you gotta stop saying it. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be funny.
That shit real though, man. Like, I'm talking about, boy. I remember when I made a video. I said, man, I gotta make a video of this shit, dog. Like, I woke up that morning, bro. I just was something it was like, you gotta attack the day. I was like, bro, this nigga got one, bro. I was like, bro, like, you right, bro. Like, bro, I gotta attack the day, bro. And ever since then, that shit just resonated with me, dog. I'm like, bro, that's it, bro. Like, that's pretty much what you gotta do, though. You just think about it. We laughing, but it's serious, bro. Like, it's the truth. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you wake up, bro. You gotta attack the day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like now when I wake up, I have a routine, bro, and that shit feel good, bro. Like to know, all right, man, I gotta get up. I'm gonna go to the park. I'm gonna knock out these 4 miles. I'm gonna knock out these 2 skits, and either I gotta do a warrior walk that day or not. Knock that out. Once I execute all that, bro, I'm good. I'm like, all right, shit. I go to work now. I got my day done.
And it's so crazy. I heard what you just said. Like now I can go to work. It's like you don't even deem that as work because that's just
at all.
That's almost like for me. That's why I said I stack mine on top of exercise. It's like I'm getting up, I'm exercising, I'm having my like self talk to myself, and doing what I gotta do. And now I can attack the day. Now I can go do anything else I gotta do. You know what I'm saying, for the rest of the day. Like okay, I gotta show a house. I gotta go. You know what I'm saying. When I was cutting hair, I gotta go cut hair. I gotta go train somebody. Whatever it is, I can go do it because that's me like filling my daily cup up. You know what I mean?
That's what it's about right there. That's what it's about. You you ever been through a period along your journey where you just like kind of you gave up on discipline, like you wasn't disciplined, like your life was just out of order, and you just was like, bro, I ain't working out like I used to. I ain't eating right. Like you ever fell off? Like you just like, bro, I done fell off, bro.
yes and yes, yes. I've had that happen before. Now it's, like before when I was in here and I was on numerology and numbers and trying to figure, like, now I just recognize, like, it's all like a pattern. It's all just, it's like the stock market, like anything else, it's ups and downs. And so I just ride the wave of whatever is going on in that regard. Like, if it lasts for too long, then that's when I know I gotta kind of do like a pullback, kind of take a bird's eye view and look at, see, like, what caused me to stay falling off all this period of time. What caused all this chaos in my life? You know what I mean? And a lot of times it's just a matter of not being disciplined. Like, something I thought I was disciplined on got out of hand. It's like I was telling you with my budget. Like, if I go through my budget every month, I can kind of see as disciplined as I am with my spending. Then I see, like, damn, I'm supposed to spend $60 a month on Starbucks. I'm spending 150. Like, okay, so if you continue on that path, what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? So I fall off all the time from things. You know what I mean? And I think that's in my opinion, that's the beauty of the journey. That's why I kind of go over like a review for myself. You know what I mean? Every month, like with my budget, every so often with everything, I go back and I look at it from the bird's eye view, and I see if I can take it from a different vantage, a different vantage point. If I can hit it from a different angle to still get the same progress. You know what I mean? And that's why, like I was telling you, but when you started this journey, like, man, journal everything, write everything down, because if you can go back and look and see what was working, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's not gonna work now, you can kind of pinpoint. And that's when I started learning, like when I was building everything I was building, how like I couldn't do like the newsletter and then not have a newsletter done and be trying to do like the next newsletter if I haven't shot the YouTube. Now, if all I want to do is newsletters, I can do that. Right. But I just kind of had to stay focused, follow one course until successful. So, like, when you do your skits, you can't, I would imagine you probably can't do one skit, do half of one skit and do half of another. You kind of got to finish that skit. Yeah, you got to knock that shit out, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that's kind of like what was happening with me. I was kind of like trying to, well, if I do this and this and this, and it might work for a period of time, but eventually that's what's going to cause the chaos in your life, is because things aren't complete. Right. It's like when I do all the bills for the month. Got too much shit going on. Yeah, like I can't. Yeah, just gotta. It's like what's that saying? Too many irons in the fire. You kind of have to put one in, and you can't pull it out until the next one is ready to go. Right. You know what I mean? But people be trying to do too much. Like, nah, that's fact. I went through that shit, man. You ever, bro? You ever just want to just go grab you a big ass burger and just just eat fast food and shit, like just cheat on your diet and shit? I do that. But I know how to do it. You know what I mean? So you seen like you just, boy, protein and vegetable, boy. Hell nah. Yeah. I mean, so like how my diet, I prioritize it. Like, man, I get all my protein, all of what I need first. Like, so my first meal is pretty big. It's like 1,000 calories. It'll be like 8 eggs, a protein shake, some fruit. You know what I mean? And if I want it, like if it's a leg there, I want to have some carbs. It'll be like a banana, some oatmeal, all that. First thing, that's my first meal. And I may not eat again till like dinner, because I mean that's gonna sustain me like most of the day. Then I might have a steak and some broccoli, and then for a snack I might have, like, me and my wife might share some popcorn. I might even have like an old fashioned, like a drink. You don't eat chocolate and shit like that? Yeah, I take like a handful of Raisinets, or this nigga said Raisinets, bro. Drew, what the hell? Or chocolate almonds. Hell, okay, all right. You get a pass on that. Yeah, or some M&Ms. Okay. Some M&Ms. Like my snack of choice is usually kind of, I guess, in a sense, healthy. Like, I like pretzels. I like pretzels, but that's just how. But I took the time for years, man, trying to figure out what worked for me. You know what I mean? But before that, and even sometimes, like, I'll have like I like them honey barbecue twisted Fritos. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, I eat those. Back in the day with a Mountain Dew. You know what I mean? Like, and I still do that from time to time. Like, I'm not perfect. Like, but it's more so playing.
You got playing a motherfucking nigga like, I'll eat some Fritos Wednesday at 2:00.
Well, like
what the hell, man? So what the hell you? Alright, so like when you in the family, like say y'all got them go out, y'all go to Miami or something, motherfucking restaurant smelling good. Like what you order? You know what I'm saying?
So I eat the same. Like I eat a steak and broccoli. I order salmon. I order like the same kind of foods. The only time I'll eat something that's outside of that is if it really is like just a restaurant like we talked about. I wanted to get something from there. Like during
I got you.
during the summertime, if it's like we going to a fair,
I got you.
I want a funnel cake. Like
because they don't come around as much type shit. I got you. I got you.
But my everyday life, you know what I'm saying? Like I know, like ultimately, it's deep rooted in like I know how I want to look.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So like it's like, man,
I'm
not wavering from that. You know what I mean?
See, I want to eventually get there, man. Like, boy, I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. Shit. Well, look, I ain't there yet, bro.
but you will get there.
Yet.
But see, part of the battle is knowing, okay, I ain't there yet. Yeah. But I get there one day. Okay, bet. So when you start asking yourself them deep rooted questions, why? Like, well, why do I want? Like, why do I want to work out? Or why do I want abs? Or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? That's
probably my problem. Like, I don't want no abs. Right?
Well, I mean,
I'm good.
Or if your clothes don't fit a certain way. You know what I mean? If it's something, you know, like everybody don't, like I put it this way, nobody has to have, like everybody don't need to have washboard abs. Everybody like that's not even my goal no more. It's just that I'm disciplined. Like I don't train abs. I don't do certain things. It's just my lifestyle gives me certain benefits because of what I choose to do. That's just a benefit of it.
You always been in shape like all your life?
Since I was 12.
See, that's crazy. Yeah. That's why you just disciplined. Like I was always skinny as hell. Like skinny as shit. And then my wife started cooking and shit, boy. Yeah. It was over with.
That's what they call it, the happy weight.
Hell yeah. It was over with, boy. That shit over with.
I had to start writing down recipes and stuff because I was so healthy for so long. I had to start writing down recipes that my wife thinks she used to make because she was like, man, you know, I don't think I know how to cook like I used to, you know. But you know, that brings it to another thing. You know, we eat what we call soul food. It's killing me. You know what I mean?
It's true. That real shit.
So now we
damn, boy. Man, bro, just getting away from that. Just once you've been raised on collard greens and mac and cheese, like, bro.
Thanksgiving we eat that.
Oh my god, bro! Like
every so often, like you know, maybe.
But you right though.
My wife would have the kids would be like, "Ma, can you make a macaroni? Ma, can you?" And she throw down and we tear it up, you know, and we don't have no guilt about it. We just
right.
It's not like we go to Big Mama's house every weekend and we eating like that.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely on my list though, man. To get to that point, man, where I could, you know, just have that structure when it comes to my diet, bro. Like, that's definitely on the list for sure.
Like I said, I told you when our kitchen was out during all that time, bruh. What was we doing? Chipotle, Chick-fil-A grilled nuggets. Like I know all the fast food places and what to get.
Right.
So it's really not a question. Like because I never wanted to. What's the word? I want to be normal, or I want to be able to still like be around and go over places everybody else goes. So I just found like all the foods that I could eat there.
So you were working out since you were 12. That's crazy. This nigga working out since you were 12, bro.
27 years.
27. You always knew you was gonna go in the military?
Kinda. So we was just talking about that. My parents, everybody taught me out of every time I wanted to do it. Nah, man. It ain't for black people.
My mom did that.
You know what I'm saying? They
same thing to me, bro.
Like, dang, man, like I just wanna better my life. You know, this is a better opportunity for me. But they all they taught me out it several times. It wasn't until I had my first son, bro, and I kept getting laid off from like these factory positions. I mean, I went to school to get this trade. to like to be a machinist, CNC programming and all that.
That's crazy. I went to school and I dropped out though. It was boring. I didn't like that shit, bro. It was boring to me.
It was numbers, it was angles, and I knew that I could sit down.
My bad. That's probably why I hated that
all
shit.
day and think and write and do what I wanted to do while the machine was doing what it was doing. But you know, being black, low man on the totem pole, you know, as soon as they needed to cut the fat, they let me go. You know what I mean? So I kept getting good jobs back then. What, $20 an hour was good money. So I kept getting good jobs, but I kept losing them. So I was like, man, I got a kid to take care of. Like, man. So at that point, my parents said, oh man, you don't want to. I was like, screw what y'all talking about. Y'all ain't about to pay my bills and take care of my son. So I'm out. What I meant to ask you when you told me you was rich, what part of South Carolina is your family from?
Something.
Oh, I don't even know why I act like I know where that's at. My wife, she from Aiken.
Okay. Yeah, it ain't that far. It's from Aiken. I think Aiken might be upstate. My family from the Midlands. But yeah, it ain't that far from there.
You think you would ever go back?
Hell no. I was gone for so long, bro. Like I left when I was a teenager. And my family, South Carolina and Georgia. So I always been here. I buy real estate, yeah. That shit cheap as hell, bro.
Yeah.
Real estate cheap as
My
hell.
wife
Yeah.
talked about that. Yeah, honestly, get some trailer park home, like some mobile homes around there, clean up. That's definitely something that's on our list to do. I was watching this. I think working with it was two different guys. One dude said he was working with Grant Cardone for like I don't know a long time. He said, man, as soon as I left Grant Cardone, everything started falling into place. He's like, that dude is a scam. He was kept it real. He's like, that was a scam artist. He said he had me. He was like, and I made some money. He was like, but it ain't the money that y'all think I made. Man, he was like, I could have made more by myself. He was like, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, you say that, but you probably did learn a lot. You may have learned a lot what not to do, but you learned a lot. You know what I mean?
And you know another thing, bro, I believe, and I don't, not to discredit that man's story. He could be, if he say he was a scam artist, shit, I don't know, but I think a lot of times people be like take Grant Cardone for example. We so used to seeing success looking a certain way.
Yeah.
And so he like, oh, I know, he got it. I know he got all the information. And then when you figure out he's probably just playing the game. You get what I'm saying? The game of he's probably like, how could I get these people to, like remember I was talking about like, bro, you gotta reverse the roles, you know what I'm saying? And that's probably what he's doing. Exactly. And they looking at him like, bro, you really doing the same thing I'm doing. Like you scamming. They're like, nah, you might be in scamming, bro. He's just playing the game. You get what I'm saying? So it's just another way to look at it.
I think it's about putting the pride to the side. Like when you told me that when you said like flip it, it was like, it was a matter of like I said, I stepped into, like I just told you about my dad, I stepped into like I feel like the light, right? And so it's like, well, to now say I don't know or to act like I don't know, it's like, no, nigga, like that's not what you're saying. What you're saying is, you know what I'm saying? Like you need to let the people know, like you got to show them where they at, and then you got to bring them where you at. But you can't do that if you like, I got all the answers. Like most people gonna be like, I'm not clicking on that. Like I don't care. You know what I mean? So it's just like, dang. But this other guy, he was like, I thought about us. And then I saw Country Wayne's video right after that. I was like, dang. So on one end, he was like, I had this big team. He was like, I was pushing out like 12 videos a day. I was like, God damn. 12 a day, bro? No, 12 videos a week. I'm sorry. 12 videos a week. So it's like 2 a day.
Shit. Country Wayne said he's doing like 9, 10 a day, I think.
I was like, yeah, he said
that's
9.
a lot, bro.
So he was like, I'm putting these videos out. And I was like, golly. But he said, I started deciding, was it worth it? Now, mind you, it's easy to say that once you're at the top. So he's sitting there from now, the point of where he's at now, he's like, yeah, back in the day, I used to have to decide, like, did it make sense for me to go kick it or whatever? And did I have enough time to make these videos? In my head, I'm like, well, you were being disciplined in what you needed to accomplish. You had a goal. And now you like, oh, I don't even, now I got rid of all those people Now I keep my team close knit. It's like 5 or 6 of us. That's it. But at one point, I was putting out all those videos. Now I put out less videos, and it's like, but you couldn't come to that realization until you went on that journey to make it. So sometimes it's like giving that advice is cool, but you kind of got to see like what's gonna work for you. You kind of got to go through it. So that's why like I've been kind of definitely trying to like really accept your approach and what you were saying. Like make sure that you kind of put it out in a way that the people can receive it. You know what I mean? Whether you're at that point or not, you were. And then, you know what I'm saying, the video at the end can show them or showcase what you're doing. You know what I mean? But if you just kind of come out the gate with the answers, some people just want like the bread and butter, but some people like, man, I kind of want to know, like, I kind of need to know, like, you struggle first to give me the answers. Otherwise, it's a scam.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's a
saying?
balance, man.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's like I said, yeah, it's a balance. You don't want to like just total. I don't mean like just totally forget like your blueprint. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just like when you study the psychology of people, it's like people are interesting. So it's like it's connecting. They want to. It's like on one hand they want to feel like y'all on the same level. Then on the next they want to feel like you got the answer. So it's like just finding that balance. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to come off too. Oh, I know everything, and then but you don't want to be like, hey, bro, I don't know what I'm. So it's like just finding that medium, man. And just really going off of that. But one thing I do know for sure, man, is like that just that for me, the way I used to come off just bro, you gotta do it like this, that preaching shit, bro. Like that shit ain't gonna get you nowhere, bro. Like people are tired of being preached to, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like so that's for me, I feel like it works if I just kind of form things in a what do you think about, but then, also, once you get them engaged, then you got, all right, bro, look, this is what I think. Then that when you know what I'm saying, let them know, like, but at the end of the day, if you really think about it, your journey is gonna show that, bro, this nigga know what the fuck he talking about. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I don't have to keep reiterating that shit, bro. I can just let my actions show. My actions gonna speak for me. I was watching Mike Rashid when he was telling his story. I was watching the video on YouTube. Um, he was telling his story about when this dude had broken his garage. That was a good video, man. Did you watch that? Man, you gotta watch that, bro.
I ain't watched.
He told the hell out of that story, bro.
I haven't watched them their videos in so long.
He was at a speaking engagement for somebody. And man, he the way he told that story, he told his story in such a great art form, bro. He started from slavery. He talking about his people came in from slavery. He talked about him growing up. He talking about how he got into fitness, and he talked about how he blew up on YouTube and how he went on the run. He just went through chronological order, bro, and just broke it. That shit was fire, bro.
I always liked from the part that I knew in that story, that journey, his story, like like I knew up until like when YouTube was popping. After YouTube started popping, I stopped kind of watching or hearing too much. But before that, all that the prehistory, I definitely was into. So that's always good. I always love to hear like people's origin stories, see where they came from or whatever.
One thing I'm learning though, man, is you cannot be afraid to two things: to be judged and be uncomfortable, bro. Especially as a content creator, you gotta put yourself out there. You have to.
Yep.
People, a lot of my clients that that wanna do content creating, they like they coming forth now and they confessing where they like they asking me like questions like, bro, like, so how you feel when they say this and this? Like, bro, you can keep interviewing me all day, but until you push the button on yours,
you do it,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I can give you every answer to
Yeah,
your question, but ain't gonna nothing make you feel how you feel until you get that 1K or you know what I'm saying, you get that first comment or whatever.
that's
you
it.
Like, oh, it's on.
It's up. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's up. Like I gotta work now. I feel like that's when the work start. When I hit 1K, like y'all was like, bro, you did it. I'm like, oh shit, it's time to. I'm like, bro, it's time to grind. Now don't get me wrong, I was happy. You know what I'm saying? But for me, like I told you at the part, I was like, bro, that was my foundation. I feel like, all right, I done poured the concrete. You feel what I'm saying? Now I can build my house, bro.
It's like when you hustling and you stacking bread.
Yep.
You get that first stack, that first 1,000.
It
seemed like it's easy after that, but that first 1,000,
yep.
Oh, that's like the hardest hustle to get.
Yep.
Hardest to
that's
get.
real.
But once you get it, it's like, man, go from there.
Yep. But like I always tell myself this. I'm like, all right, bro, you got 1,000, but you gotta be able to duplicate that, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like you gotta do it again and again and again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you can't do it again, bro, it probably was luck. You feel what I'm saying? Like this man.
Oh, hold on.
What's up?
I gotta say this. You might have to turn me around for this. So check this out. You know how I told you I won't say it. You know how I told you the colonizers would be in my they be in my DMs, right? They be trying to get me there, whatever. So he hit me up and he's like, hey man, you know, I just helped somebody on YouTube. I can't even guess. After a year, get 4,000 subscribers, right? Now, mind you, this is right after you did what you did, and I literally just scrolled back through, and I'm like, "What the is this? Why would I pay you? Why would I even listen to you when you said it took y'all 18 months to get this dude 4,000 subscribers, and my dude Cook just did it in 3 weeks? Why the heck would I?" Like, that's crazy. That don't even make sense. Like, so I sent them a message. I said, well, I appreciate you, you know, but on the path and what I'm doing, I'll probably be there in a third of the time it took that dude to get 4,000. Right. I said, I appreciate you reaching out, but no thanks. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, it just was funny, man, because we were just in the park. We were just chopping it up. And then I saw that, and they hit me in the DM like, yeah, man, like, I'll help you get your first. I don't want no help. You know what I mean? And they be mad at me on X because I be going in on those guys, but they slide in your DMs and they be trying to sell you stuff. Yep. And I'm not a salesy person anyway, so anytime somebody comes and they just come straight for the kill, it's like you ain't get to know me. None of that. You ain't do nothing. You don't know my backstory. You just sent a blanket DM to me to get me to, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a fool. I wasn't born yesterday, bro. Like I'm straight.
Yeah, man. But you know that just shows you how how some people they'll bite. They'll take the bait, bro. Like, yeah. That's where we at. But I never never believed in like paying for like. Now don't get me wrong. It's times where you may want to pay to promote something but I just always was big on doing things organically, man. If the people like you, they like you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you said, why would you want to pay for a subscriber? I don't even know who to just like bro, like why would you want to do that, bro?
Exactly.
Like that's crazy, man. But it's services out there and folks will utilize it. They'll use this shit, but man, what I want to say is, oh man, just enjoying the journey, man. Like that's man, like I can say I'm enjoying the journey, man. Like I don't want to, like I don't want my YouTube channel to like grow super fast. Like I want to like just take my time. Like where I'm at right now, you know what I'm saying? Just organically every day I get a subscriber. You know what I'm saying? When I get about 5 to 10. And I just want to continue, you know what I'm saying? Just organically building
it. I feel you on that.
You know what I'm saying?
I can literally look at mine and it'd be like, you know what I'm saying, 4, 3, 2.
I see your numbers going up.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm happy with that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's progress.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's all I want is progress.
And you wanna know, like, okay, I know this person subscribed to me because he liked this type of content. You know what I'm saying? Rather than you throwing it out there and then you like 5 of them, they just 100 random people subscribe to you, and then 50 of them unsubscribe because that's not, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you just give me the 5, and I know they specifically like this content. You know what I'm saying? And they may write you a little, hey, I love this, keep doing it. Like, boom, right there, connect. Thank you, bro. Like, you got them. So yeah, man, I'm just really learning how important the journey is. Somebody commented on one of my videos, that video that went up, and it was like, man, bro, they're like, enjoy the journey, bro. Like, it's the best part. I'm like, damn, boy, like that shit real. Ever since that dude on TikTok sent that put that comment on my video, bro, journey over Endgame, that shit has been life changing, bro. Yeah, like, I'm talking about, bro, I live by that shit, bro. Like, for real, dog. You gotta enjoy the journey, bro. Cause think about it, bro. We're never gonna be like at this point again in the country. You know what I'm saying? Never. Like, you're not gonna be here again. Never. Like, that shit is powerful when you think about it, bro. It's only gonna be pressure on top of pressure from here. It's like, bro, you did 1 million on the last one, bro. Like, now you gotta do that again. Oh shit. Like, you gotta duplicate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that video I made, the 37 and unemployed video, people like commenting on it like, bro, this is so raw and it's intriguing. And I'm like, yeah, I just went up there and recorded the video. So I'm like, it puts a pressure on it because you're like, what the fuck did I do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just hit record and I made sure it's like, that's what it was. Like, so it's like, man, you gotta enjoy the journey, dog.
I've been really being more intentional, like, you know, I'm a planner and all that. I've been trying to be very more intentional with like jumping on my ideas quickly instead of like trying to plan. I mean, sometimes you need to plan, but instead of just waiting so long, just jumping out. Because I know I was watching a video from 19 Keys, and he kind of pointed out how, like, you know, idea is just that in the moment. So if you don't act on that idea, sometimes, like, that's it. The moment's gone.
That's some real shit.
You know what I mean?
You may not even get that moment again where you had the courage to like really be like, you know what? Let me just execute this motherfucker.
That's why
right now.
I couldn't find my head, you know, my mic. And I know that video didn't do good the way, and I felt like I should have just recorded it without the mic. But I was like, oh, I got this new tech. I got to record it with that. I should have just recorded it, man. And that's kind of where I've been at now. Like, with stuff, it's like, man, you know what? I know, like, I got the plan thing I do weekly, but everything else, if it comes to my mind, I'm that's the point of the technology. Gotta do it. Like, turn that camera sideways, pop it up, and let's go. There'll be somebody that gotta hear that. Mm-hmm. That's how I be feeling out like now, man.
That's real. Hear that. That's real, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's real. A lot of things that come through us is meant for somebody else, bro.
Mm-hmm. The messenger, man. Yep. Be the messenger to the message.
That's real. I find power in knowing though, like, now that we're on this side, like, we're content creators, and then you see like people will be saying like, let's take your intro for example, like people saying shit like bro, your intro, bro, you think you the Avengers and all, and like but think about it, it's like, bro, I know you don't have the courage or the you know what I'm saying, the talent to even come up with this, bro. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I find power in that. You know what I'm saying? So you can sit here and critique me all you want. It's like, look, I've put myself out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm ahead.
That's for sure. That's for sure. That's, you know, it's so funny now that you just said it again. When I was creating that, my son was like, oh, he said specifically the show I watched. He's like, oh, that looks just like the show you watch. And I was like, that's the point. Right. You know what I mean? But like, that's what Earn Your Leisure did with their thing is power. Their whole intro, the way they do their clip art and stuff is off like how 50 Cent does the power, you know, soundtrack and all that. And just like when you were doing yours, just for that brief moment, the Warrior Walks, the intro, the way you had the intro, it was like an 80s, 90s intro to not a sitcom, but like a what's that show? Not 106 in Park. What was the show that was in New York? New York Undercover.
Oh yeah.
When you were doing that, it brought back that memory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what that's what's gonna bring people in to your vibe. You know what I mean? And you'd be surprised, like that 1045 challenge that you might see. What's up, guys? So the 1045 challenge is a challenge that will change your life in 45 days. It's a mind, body, spirit challenge. It'll take you from being unfit to fit. It will take you from being out of alignment to alignment, and it will help you to be more focused on your goals. So take the challenge and join me. Starts today. On my timeline and stuff now, I realized the other day when me and the kids that we was chopping up, and we're trying to get them to speak up and not say I don't know and various things. So like they either got to put a quarter in a jar or they got to give me some reps like push-ups, pull-ups, squat, whatever. And that goes with the challenge. So I was like, And I remember like watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you remember like anytime they would do something disrespectful, they had to do them backflips.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, dang, is this where is subconsciously? Is this where I got that from? You know what I mean? And it's just funny how like you start putting pieces together of why you are the way you are, and it'd be like,
It always come back full circle.
Yeah, man. I honestly, and my thought is, every time I get a haircut, that's just how I'm gonna do it. We're gonna break the internet with this because I'm putting everything on there. I'm not gonna do no edits. Other thing I'm gonna edit out is like me getting the maybe.
I got you. Just the parts where the video kind of like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's gonna be a long video for one.
I feel like this guy was talking about it on YouTube. Long form media, bro, is back. Like that's what people want. People burnt out from the hey, you want to do this, man? Give me 5 seconds. Like niggas tired of that shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like folks are burnt the hell out, bro. You Instagram then 5 seconds that's the death, bro. It's like every goddamn thing. Niggas show you how to goddamn make $1 million in 10 minutes. Like, god damn, bro.
But that's why people think it's microwave results. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I could do this in no time. Like the skit you did with, man, I'm trying to the trucking.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to 6 months.
6 months. Like, man, take 5 years to make a solid business. You talking about 6 months?
Yeah, bro. Like, folks tired of that shit, man. Like, well, we done click so many links and bios trying to come up. You didn't waste all your time and money.
I'm on my other phone.